we're moving to Boston.
It's been good to be able to try out some New England stuff.
We love New England.
We love New England. We don't always know what to think of the weather though, because one day it'll be like 70 degrees, the next day it'll be like 10 degrees and snowing, then the next day it melts and it's 70 degrees again. Whoa! What are you doing, Caden?
Eating snow.
You're eating snow?
Yeah,
How would it taste?
like water.
So, welcome to fall in New England. But we've done apple picking, we have gone to New Hampshire, saw the foliage. That was awesome. We've had a lot, too many cider donuts. I think I've gained like 5 pounds since we've moved here already. We do love Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know what to call it. Some people call it Dunkies, others Dunks. I just still call it Dunkin' Donuts, but maybe when I become a real New Englander, then I'll change to Dunkies. And what's going on with the sports in LA? Right when I leave, the Lakers win the finals, then the Dodgers win the World Series. This is not how it's supposed to go. I come here and New England Patriots are the best, except they're doing terrible this season. And the Red Sox are not very good either. The Celtics, they did all right. They held their own in the playoffs. But I guess I'm just a bad
But he
luck.
got his hat, and
yeah.
he is a fan.
Now that's true. I'm a fan. I am repping the Red Sox every single day I wear that hat. So hopefully we will get our mojo back here.
Honestly, it's been so refreshing. The kids have transitioned, they're all in school and loving their school, making friends.
There they go, walking away for Elle's first day of school. How are we feeling about Elle going to school, Caden?
Happy?
Sad? Only happy?
Yeah.
But it's just been really fun to look at each day and think, okay, what can we do? What fun can we have together as a family? It's been really special.
This is how we do it.
Battleship.
Are you ready?
Family time.
You have to say a letter and a number. Can we count all the numbers together?
Yeah. 2.
No, right here.
We are learning. Are we
That's
gonna win or
one.
what?
1, 2. We're gonna win.
Oh my goodness, very scary. Spooky. Yeah.
So excited!
The Grim Reaper, perfect for children. This is like Dia de los Muertos. A little bit of cocoa there.
Right over there, Mom. That's a ship.
Good job, Savannah. Oh, here comes the big one.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Oh, hello, big guy. You're a dog. You're the daddy.
Oh, here we go. We got a whole goat right here. Yeah, November is a big month in our family because our littlest one, Savannah Joy, is turning 2 years old. Savannah, smile.
She is like a little turtle that Moana rescued.
Is that a baby? Can you kiss the baby? Kiss the baby.
Hi, baby. Baby. Oh, so sweet. She's so cute, huh?
You know, as you watch her walking, you may say, you know, she seems a little unstable. And you know, she's very, very small. She's like in the 1 percentile for her weight and height. Maybe she's 3 percentile for her height. She's got daddy's genes. But, you know, she's still super, super small. And, you know, it has been a long journey. So when you see her walking, you may go, what's going on with her? I'm going, finally, this is a miracle. You know, she was born 2 years ago. And we knew as we went into delivering her that, I say we were delivering her, when she was delivering her. We went in knowing that she was having possible kidney issues, her kidneys were really big, we didn't know what that all meant. I mean, my wife is a trooper. She walked into the ER saying, I think I'm in labor. And no one believed her because of how calm she was.
I am in labor.
That's right. She said, I am in labor right now. And everybody looked at her like she's crazy because she wasn't screaming. She wasn't freaking out. 2 hours later, Savannah was born.
It's her.
I touch her.
You want to touch her? You want to touch her face?
She came out and all our planned upon names went out the window, and Savannah Joy was the only name in mind when I saw that little porcelain face.
Up above the stars so sky.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, have butter up above, a twinkle, little star, baby.
Oh, good job.
Good job.
Our kids were in love at first sight, just as we were, and we had the sweetest little moments. Felt like time was moving in slow motion those first few days in the hospital. The fact that she had swallowed meconium in the womb, was tongue-tied, diagnosed with hip dysplasia, and tested at the highest level of hydronephrosis and vesicoureteral reflux were just words we didn't really understand. She was still just our little girl that we'd do anything for, whatever she needed and to whatever degree. And that's what led to a sequence of 4 hospital visits, countless spinal taps, her wearing a brace 24 hours a day to cure her hip dysplasia, multiple UTIs, sepsis bled, at-home catheterizations every 3 hours, and a meningitis diagnosis that physically brought me to my knees in tears because of the uncertain future that kind of diagnosis brings.
I hope that my sister's going to get better. But it's not.
Amen. Are you ready for an operation? Are you ready for surgery?
You feeling good?
Yeah? Yeah, nodding, nice. Good stuff.
That time in our life, it felt like the world was closing in on us. We faced many moments of uncertainty, meltdown, vulnerability, and pain. But what's so interesting is that in the midst of heartache and pain, and when you feel like you could just about break, it seems that God Himself decides to hold you together. And it brings an inexplicable comfort. I had never felt closer to my husband, who I was sharing this twin bed with in the hospital room, catheterizing our newborn together without either of us having ever had experienced anything of how to do that, and a closeness to our families who were caring for our older two, helping to create a Christmas they would never forget and homeschool our oldest through kindergarten. And just like that, she finished her 21-day IV treatment for the meningitis. Her surgery went great. She met with urologists, nephrologists, nutritionists, and orthopedists, and we were sent home, this time for good. The past year and a half, we've met with urologists and nephrologists to make sure her kidneys are staying healthy, and they have been. We've also seen orthopedists, physical therapists, and a nutritionist to help strengthen her hips and make sure she's growing and developing as a 1-year-old should be.
My little tiny wife.
This is your little tiny wife. She loves you.
She's so much.
She's out of her brace and walking stronger and stronger each day, but now she's just about ready for another surgery to permanently fix her vesicoureteral reflux. So now we just have this spunky toddler that loves her siblings, loves laughing, and experiencing life to the fullest. We want every day to help her realize how God has healed her every step of the way and guided us to know what she needs. She's been a fighter since day one, and I know that spirit will bring her to be such a strong little girl throughout her whole life.
There was this little baby that was missing all the.
You know, God has been so faithful to us, and I just want to share that throughout all of this, it's never was there a time where I felt like God had abandoned us. Even when we heard meningitis, that was kind of a straw that broke the strong exterior's back for me. I mean, I was being strong, and they said meningitis, and I just wept right in front of the doctor because I didn't know what that meant for her future, for her life, the ramifications of what that could mean for her learning going forward. And yet God has always been faithful through it all. And it hasn't been easy. At times it's gotten worse before it's gotten better, but God was still there. And it's been amazing to watch, even as she's grown up and been able to become the little girl that she is, that you can see before you that she looks relatively normal for all that she's gone through. God has done amazing things.
I think something that I feel like even this month we have to celebrate her, because I sometimes forget all that she's gone through.
Jeez.
And I feel so similar just in my depth of gratitude and love for God and just seeing his faithfulness through these last 2 years. I feel so built up in my faith because of that time. And even in going into her future, which is still uncertain, I feel like I can do this because we have each other, we have God's love, and we have God's family around us to really support us when we may have those moments of breaking down and falling to our knees.
Totally.
But we're never going to be alone throughout it.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that was so emotional for me was, on Christmas, we're at Chalk Hospital, Children's Hospital of Orange County, and being a part of a church or a community that gives to these different, whether it's an orphanage or give to the hospitals or those that are in need, you don't really think about what that means, and you want to do it, you want to offer it, but you don't always understand where it's going, and you don't see who's receiving it. And so they came up to our room and on Christmas Eve, and they gave us these tickets, and they said, okay, here's the tickets that you get, that you can go downstairs. There's a huge room set up with all of these presents that you can get, and for your children and for your daughter. And so we went down there, and we were able to get a Razor scooter and a couple of different things, but it just broke me. I didn't have time to go out to the store and buy my children Christmas presents because we were giving to the little one. In your community, there's a lot of places to donate during this time, and even more during COVID. And I just want to share with you that it matters. And it's not like I don't have money to be able to purchase, gifts for my kids, but I didn't have the time, the resource of time to go and wrap them, take care of them. And I was just sitting there crying, and I was just tearing up as they were serving us because I was in such need and they were taking care of us. And when you give donations like that, it goes to all kinds of different people. It goes to people that are broken down and may have the means but don't have the resource of time to be able to take care of their family. And I just want to say thank you if you have donated to any of these things that we are able to give to in the community. And if you haven't, or if you're teetering, I want to encourage you to give, to love your neighbor enough, even if that neighbor may be wealthier than you, that they're going to be in need at times, and they're going to need your donation. And God uses it and softens, it definitely softened my heart as I was wrestling through a lot of emotions. It broke my heart to be able to see, God's always faithful every step of the way. He's taking care of my other children. He's taking care of my wife. He's taking care of my little girl. And so as we celebrate her being 2 years old, we don't know what the future surgeries are going to hold. We don't know what all of that's going to mean, but we know that God is faithful. And as we continue in our journey here in New England, again, we couldn't be happier. We couldn't be more at peace that God is faithful. We couldn't be more encouraged by the time that we've gotten together. And we couldn't be more excited to see how God's going to use this time in the future. Thank you for watching with us. Tune in next month for episode 3. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Guys, what are we doing here?
We're riding horses. They're so sketchy, and they're hard to stay on.
They're so
Hayden, what's your horse name?
I love you.
I love you.
Okay,
Now, what's your horse's
great
name?
name.